Okay, moving on to topic selection. I know that y'all have been assigned a subfield of the social sciences to look at. You may already have an idea of what you want to talk about, or you may still be looking. So, on this next slide, I have links to some different websites that post news, new research, new findings within these different social sciences fields. So I've got anthropology, political science, psychology, and sociology. Um, if the subfield that you're focusing on is not one of these four, that's okay. I still highly recommend poking around these websites. So Science Daily, Scientific American, and the New York Times. You may be able to find news, new research about your subfield, or you can always reach out to me via email. I'm happy to help you find some popular sources that share current research in whatever your subfield may be. So, one of the things I really like to do is go to a popular source to kind of get a base level of understanding for whatever my topic may be. Um, Science Daily and Scientific American are both great places to do this. The links will take you straight to the latest news in anthropology or whatever your subtopic may be. And I highly recommend just kind of scrolling through, seeing what's going on in the anthropology world, and seeing if there's anything that sparks your interest. Or if you already have an idea of what you want to talk about, you can scroll through and see if there's any articles that have been published that match your topic. One of the great things about Science Daily and Scientific American is that quite often these articles are written based on scholarly research. So not all the time, but often, if you scroll down to the bottom of the article, if you read it, you're like, okay, yes, that all sounds very interesting. They will have a link to take you to the scholarly source that it is based on. So that could be one of the sources that you use for this project. This one is open access, so that means that it is available to anyone, whether you are affiliated with a university or not. But if you ever do this and it says it's not available, I highly recommend going to the UNC Library's webpage. You can chat with a librarian over here on contact. Let me move myself. If you go to contact us, it will take you to a page where right here on the message us tab, there's a librarian sitting on the other side, Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., ready to answer your question. So I would just paste the title of the article that I'm looking for in there, and the librarian will be able to check and see if we have it available through UNC. Awesome. So what I'd like you to do, take just a couple of minutes, scroll through these sites, see if you can find something that you might be interested in exploring for this topic. You can pause the video now and then come back once you've done that. Awesome. So if you found a topic that you think you're interested in, what I want to encourage you to do now is take a Word document, a Google document, a sheet of paper, and just write down everything that you know about your topic. Just kind of do a brain dump, put it all on paper. Once you've done that, take a minute and think of any questions that you might have about your topic, things you don't know or things you want to learn. If you have any questions about like the why behind your topic, write those down. You can again pause the video, do that and come back. Awesome. And once you've done that brain dump on your topic, you can use that to help you develop keywords to search for your topic. So hopefully some of the things you've written down, you'll be able to go to the database, plug it in and find sources. If you're having a little bit of trouble, I also recommend trying to think of synonyms or other ways to say the same thing. The scholarly research often tends to use a set of jargon that we as the general public may not know. So maybe I'm saying kids, but the scholars are more often using youth. So try to think of synonyms. That can be a way to, if you're not finding what you're looking for, access some other sources. If you're plugging in your keywords and you're like, oh, it's just too much, it's too broad, some ways you can kind of focus down your search results. You can think of affected populations. So maybe I want to talk about first year college students, or maybe I want to talk about elderly folks living in retirement homes. You can also think of geographic regions. So maybe I want to focus on uh, North America, or that's a little bit broad, so maybe I'll focus on like North Carolina specifically. Similarly, with time periods, if I were writing about how people respond to like illness, maybe like the flu, I know that there was a flu pandemic in 1918, so maybe I'd want to use that as one of my keywords. And then finally, that specialized language, that's like I mentioned before, the jargon that the scholars use. So a lot of the time, this might be scientific names for things. And here in the corner, I've got a little example of what a mind map might look like for your when coming up with keywords. So maybe I want to investigate stereotypes. I know that stereotypes are not a real picture of a person, they're more of a caricature. So I could try that instead. Um, Stereotypes are often based on prejudice or prejudices. So that could be one of my keywords. And stereotypes can lead to discrimination. So, and they're often shown in mass media. So that might be on the TV, in the newspapers, in a movie. So I highly recommend, doing your brain dump, then kind of making a mind map of all of the keywords that you might want to use.